Hello, sports fans. I'm just winding up my trip down to New Jersey, and I'm sorry that Michelle Bachmann gave up her quest for the nomination of the Republican nomination to run against Obama. Essentially, I think she was on to Obama. And I think that anytime the media really goes after somebody, you really have to wonder why. And it almost seemed to me that anytime the media really attacks somebody, it's because they're against the status quo. And they're against the slippery slide of the United States going down the tubes. And so when the media really attacks somebody, maybe that person is really on the right track. Maybe that person is on to the Federal Reserve. Maybe that person is on to a lot of things, like the way people lost their dealerships for no reason other than the fact that maybe they didn't contribute to the right party. I wrote a letter to the editor, which I sent down to Arizona and Georgia, sent to those papers, and it goes essentially, being that the Associated Press ignores court rulings about the unconstitutionality of Obamacare, it should be of no surprise that the media won't tell you that Judge Michael Malihi of Georgia denied President Obama's request to dismiss 3 ballot challenges. Governor Brewer of Arizona sabotaged a bill which would have addressed whether or not Mr. Obama should be on the ballot there. You have to ask yourself why. Could it be that the feds let Jan Brewer off the hook regarding her son's ill-gained Social Security benefits? Maybe by vetoing that bill, the feds agreed not to prosecute Governor Brewer. After all, why would Obama's thugs give a Republican governor a free ride? You tell me. And I think that's something that really should be addressed from a standpoint of why the Democrats, who are generally ruthless, would not go after and prosecute Jan Brewer, a Republican governor. Would it be nice to knock out a Republican governor? But maybe they made a deal, and they went to her and they said, look, Jan, you have a little problem here that you took money for your son, some Social Security money, which he wasn't entitled to. And I tell you what we're going to do. You veto that damn birther bill down in Arizona, and maybe, not maybe, I tell you what, you do that and we're going to overlook this Social Security thing. I mean, it would be politically really disastrous even if she didn't go to jail for this thing. And that would mean possibly another Democrat governor. I mean, a governor has a lot of power. When a senator retires and someone has to appoint a temporary person, the governor is involved, typically in most states. So anyhow, it looks like Michelle Bachmann is not a candidate anymore, and now we're narrowing the field. But it just seems to me very, very disgusting that these Republicans are going after each other like they're in a knife fight, not realizing that when they get done with this knife fight, they lost all this blood, they're going to have to go against Obama, who won't have any wounds, because these people aren't talking about Obama. They're not talking about the things that he's doing to destroy this country, the unconstitutional nature of Obamacare. They should be spending every ounce and effort, every dollar that he spent on the air, they should be spending it going after Obama for the things that he's doing to this country, the thugs he hangs around with, the fact that his parents hated this country. It goes on and on and on. His ministers hated this country, his friends. blew up buildings. I mean, it's just totally disgusting. And then while everybody else is starving, he's going on these lavish vacations all over the place using U.S. Air Force One as if it's a taxi cab. It's really disgusting. And the sad thing about it, I don't think McCain would be any better. McCain was part of the problem on the bailout. Him and Obama both voted for the original bailout. So that's the reason why I voted for Ralph Nader. And in any event, I'm glad I wrote that letter. I sent it to the newspapers in Georgia, and I sent it to the newspapers in Arizona. And maybe one of these newspapers will actually start looking into the connection of why the feds didn't prosecute Governor Jan Brewer. And maybe that answers why she vetoed that bill. Now, Georgia's laws are such that a judge ruled that Obama can't get on the ballot, apparently, until they prove the fact that he meets the requirements as a U.S. citizen as required to be run for President of the United States. And there have been already constitutional Supreme Court cases involving what's necessary. And so why would Obama be fighting this thing? It seems to me that everybody took an oath, whether it's the police, the Supreme Court, the senators, the members of the House, they all took a pledge, an oath to defend the U.S. Constitution. And if Obama shouldn't be in because he doesn't qualify, whether it's just a small issue on the Constitution or not, there's no such thing as small issues in the Constitution. I mean, the whole problem is we have certain rights that are guaranteed, and they're slowly, at an accelerating rate, being taken away. Obama has passed this Homeland Security bill, the updated version of it, which means that they can have you whacked without a trial. They can have you put in jail without a trial forever. It's very, very, very scary what's going on, and ultimately, the Federal Reserve and the Monsantos with the genetically engineered food, and all these Roundup chemicals which are in our food supply, artificial colors and the like. It's very, very disheartening. I mean, I'm 63. I've lived most of my life, and I'm not really too worried for myself. I've had a full life. I really don't have too many complaints, and whatever time I have left, I will use it the way I want to use it. Whereas these kids today, they're in typically a nowhereville. Our educational system is to the point where these kids are not, the majority of kids are not making it in the school systems. They're being sidetracked by all this crap and garbage and the celebrities. All these celebrities are all on all kinds of drugs and booze and all that. They're all in rehabs, and they're trying to tell you, who you should be voting, what you should think about. And they have a good percentage of them are all screwed up. I mean, there's a few supposedly right-wingers. I think Bruce Willis is one of them, I think. Kevin Costner, maybe. But that's not the issue. The issue is that on all these TV shows, it's ridiculous what they have. And like I said, the Associated Press sends all this information to the newspapers across the country. They don't have their own news sources, so they use the Associated Press. And if the Associated Press is giving Obama a free ride on every damn thing and just pointing out, releasing stories, these stories of him, buying dog food or whatever. The fact they took away our constitutional rights on this Obamacare and forcing people to buy health insurance is unbelievable. I mean, it's totally unbelievable, especially when he won the nomination from Hillary Clinton, because he said the biggest difference between him and her, this is a quote, that he was against mandatory health insurance and she was for it. And all of a sudden he gets elected and he's for it. Now, no one has ever held him accountable, and when that congressman called him a liar, he is a liar. He's lied on so many issues, it's Unbelievable. So, look, we'll let you go. It's getting late. I'm getting ready to get back to Pennsylvania. And I had some great time with my son and his new bride. And saw my daughter, Claudette, and spent some quality time with her. And so from that standpoint, I'm a very happy man. And God bless you all. May you, what is it? What's that? I'll try to give you this. What's that? That's the, that it? No, this is it. Okay. Ready for that? That's Dr. Spock. I think the deal is what is it? Multiply and prosper. Prosper and multiply. But I understand it's a Jewish symbol of something positive. So anyhow, we'll give you that. And stay off your artificial flavors, artificial colors. Eat a lot of dark green vegetables that you grow yourself, and perhaps you will. Take care, folks.